The language you use can make a huge difference when you're managing your career and particularly when you're going to the job market. So I've got a few tips here just to help you use more powerful language when you talk about yourself. So the first one particularly applies if you're going through redundancy, because it's all about that phrase, I was made redundant. No, you weren't. You look at all your skills and your qualities and you'll realise you've got loads of them. So you're clearly not redundant. And it affects how you feel if you're continually saying, I was made redundant. And it affects how other people see you. So get used to saying, my job was made redundant or my role was made redundant. It detaches you from that act. And it means that you keep all of those skills and those qualities and all those wonderful things about you that you're taking out to another employer. So the next couple of tips relate to particularly to written words like CVs or performance appraisals or things like that, but can also be useful to change it when you're speaking language as well. So be aware of phrases like ability to, because ability to doesn't actually say that you do anything. Right? It's particularly important because our unconscious minds process stuff really literally. So if you say ability to, a large part of our processing power is going, well, you can, but what do you really do? So rather than ability to manage and motivate teams, manage and motivated teams. Tell people what you did. It's really important when you're going to the job market. It's also really, really important in your performance appraisal. Also be aware of phrases like responsible for. And people use it as a bit of a cop-out because we've been told not to blow our own trumpets and all of that sort of thing, when actually you need to tell people what you do. So don't just say, well, I'm responsible for this, I'm responsible for that. If you managed it, tell them. If you ran it, tell them. If you negotiated it, tell them. Don't say I was responsible for it. Say you did it. It makes such a huge difference when you go to the job market, when you're managing your career, whether that's in the performance appraisals I've talked about, or whether that's perhaps when you're talking to a client, whether that's an internal client or an external client. So think about those things. Change your language, you'll change your results.